Welcome to Beyond the Senses. Today, get ready to be amazed as we dive into the world of unbelievable camouflage. From forests to oceans, these 25 animals have mastered the art of blending perfectly with their surroundings. Get ready to see nature's hidden masters in action. Number 1. Stick insects. Some insects, like roaches and ants, don't try to hide, but some insects, called stick insects, are good at hiding. They blend in with their surroundings. Some look like sticks, leaves, or even flowers. This helps them hide from animals that might eat them. Even though humans have good eyesight, these insects are still hard to spot. One type of stick insect, called the stink bug, has been hiding like this for a really long time, about 126 million years. It seems like these bugs know how to stay hidden really well. Number 2. Vietnamese mossy frog. The Vietnamese mossy frog is great at hiding in forests. They're the best at blending in because they're the right color and have bumps and spikes that look like moss. They're cool to look at, but can be hard to find because they're so good at hiding. Their sticky toe pads help them stick to trees, where they stay still for a long time to avoid being seen by animals that might eat them. They also stay in big groups to stay safe. Number 3. Octopus. Octopuses are really smart animals, almost as clever as mammals. Instead of running away from their enemies, they use their brains to outsmart them. They belong to a group of smart sea creatures called cephalopods. This group includes octopuses with 8 arms, squids with 10 arms, and cuttlefish. Some cephalopods, like the nautilus, used to have shells for protection, but many evolved to rely on other tricks, like being super smart, hiding well, and having strong, bendy arms. Octopuses, for example, can change the way their skin looks and even its texture. They have great eyesight too, so they can match the color of their surroundings by changing the cells in their skin. This skill took them millions of years to get just right because blending in underwater is tough. Number 4. Bobtail squid. Now, let's talk about the bobtail squid. It's tiny, smaller than a soda can, but it's a master of hiding. It spends most of its time buried in the sand to avoid being eaten. But that's not all it does to stay hidden. It has special bacteria on its skin called Vibrio fischeri. These bacteria and the squid have a deal. The squid gives them food, and in return, the bacteria light up. This light helps the squid match the brightness of the water above it, making it hard to see even in the dark. This trick is called counter-illumination, and the bobtail squid is really good at it. Number 5. Orange oak leaf butterfly. Butterflies are pretty creatures, but they need to hide from animals that might eat them. The orange oak leaf butterfly is good at hiding. Its wings look like dry leaves with dark lines. When it closes its wings, it's hard to see. Even people might think it's just a leaf. It knows how to use its leaf-like colors to stay safe from animals. If it needs to, it can quickly fly away from danger. Number 6. Eastern screech owl camouflage. Most people don't think of birds when they think of hiding, but the eastern screech owl is great at it. Its feathers look like the trees it lives in, so it blends in well. It finds a hole in a tree to hide during the day. It looks so much like the bark of the tree that it's hard to see. This helps it stay safe from animals that might want to eat it. Number 7. Barren caterpillar camouflage. Caterpillars can be very good at hiding. The barren caterpillar from Southeast Asia is a master of disguise. Its body looks like the leaves it lives on. It's hard to spot because it blends in so well. It even has little yellow parts that look like the lines on the leaves. This helps it hide from birds and lizards that might want to eat it. But be careful, touching it can cause irritation. Number 8. Flounder camouflage. Flounderfish are good at hiding. They're flat and dark, so they can blend in with the ocean floor. They can also change their skin color to match their surroundings, like sand or rocks. Flounders are usually small, around 5 to 25 inches long, and they like to stay still on the bottom of the sea. They surprise their food, like crabs and tiny fish, by changing color to match the background. Number 9. Potu bird. Potu birds are experts at hiding too. They look like branches when they sit very still during the day. They're mostly awake at night and stay on branches during the day with their eyes half closed. If they sense danger, they freeze and look even more like a broken branch. When they have eggs, they take turns keeping them warm, making sure they look like part of the tree. Potu birds have big eyes for seeing in the dark, but their bright yellow eyes stand out during the day. To hide better, they have a small slit in their eyelids that they can peek through when they need to. Number 10. Snow leopard. The snow leopard is a beautiful animal with thick fur that has spots and rosettes. This helps them hide in the rocky areas where they live. Each leopard has a unique fur pattern. They are known for their long, dense fur, which makes them stunning to look at. They are also cute because they can't roar like other big cats, but they are still very skilled hunters. Snow leopards have special paws that act like snowshoes, keeping them warm and silent in the snow. They mostly live alone and are active in the early morning and late afternoon. You can often find them on cliffs and ridges. Number 11. Wraparound spider camouflage. The wraparound spider is a special kind of spider that can change its shape. It can flatten its body against a surface because of its unique body shape. Its abdomen is shaped like an upside-down dish, so when it lies flat, it matches the shape of the branch it's on. This makes it really good at hiding. At night, it builds a web to catch prey, but it destroys it in the morning and hides on a branch. Number 12. Pygmy seahorse. The tiny and delicate pygmy seahorse is like a master of disguise. They're some of the smallest creatures in the ocean. They love hanging out on a type of coral called Gorgonian sea fan. They use their tails to grip onto the coral. What's really cool is that they can look just like the coral they're hanging onto. They blend in so well that even experts can't spot them. These little seahorses are too small and weak to fight off predators, and they're not poisonous either. So, their best bet for a long life is to stay hidden. Number 13. Weedy scorpion fish. Most scorpion fish are pretty boring to look at, but not the weedy scorpion fish. They come in all sorts of colors like red, orange, and even purple. But be careful not to touch them because they're really venomous. Even though they're endangered, they're hard to find because they're so good at blending in with their surroundings. What's strange about them is they're not good swimmers at all. Instead of swimming, they sort of hop around using their fins. But their ability to hide among rocks or seaweed helps them sneak up on prey, even though they're not great swimmers. Number 14. Moth camouflage. Moths are really good at hiding. Their wings have colors and patterns that help them blend in with their surroundings. Some look like tree bark or leaves. When a person lets a moth go, it quickly flies to a tree and hides so well that you can hardly see it. Not all moths hide like this. Some look really gross to scare off predators. There's even a kind of moth that changed color because of pollution from factories during the Industrial Revolution. Isn't that surprising? Number 15. Tree-colored frog. Now let's talk about a frog called the Cope's grey tree frog. It looks like a tree or a rock. And get this, its body can change color depending on how hot or cold it is or what it's doing. Adult frogs make a poison that can make predators sick. For humans, it can be irritating if it gets on sensitive skin or wounds. In the winter, these frogs sleep under old logs or leaves to stay safe and cozy. They spend their days quietly until spring comes. Number 16. Chameleon color change. Chameleons change color to hide from other animals. They're like squids or octopi, but they don't decide to change color. It just happens. They also move very slowly, making them hard to find. Their color shows their mood, like when they're ready to mate. The male gets brighter, and the female changes color too. Number 17. Mimic octopus. Octopuses are smart. The mimic octopus not only changes color and texture, but also acts like other animals. It copies their movements to trick predators. This skill is rare, especially in sea creatures. It knows which animal to copy to scare predators away. Number 18. Snake camouflage in trees. Snakes, despite being venomous, still need to hide. They hide in trees, blending in with leaves and branches. This keeps them safe from predators and helps them catch prey. In a video, a snake adjusts how it moves to match the branch it's on, sneaking up on its next meal. Number 19. Unveil camouflage. Some animals can change colors to blend in with their surroundings, like chameleons, but not all. Take the green and brown lizard, for example. It can only change from dark brown to bright green. These lizards live in trees, where the colors are mostly brown and green. In the winter, they hide in logs and under houses, where everything is also brown and green. Number 20. Orchid mantis. The orchid mantis wants to look like a flower so much that it can blend into a field of them. It has bright wings and body. It moves slowly to avoid being seen by predators and sways like plants in the wind. In just 4 days, it can change color depending on the weather and light. Number 22. Phalaenopsis asamisis. This moth looks exactly like a broken twig. Even its wings are jagged. It lives in forests in Japan and hides by pretending to be a piece of wood. Its camouflage lets it have some imperfections in its color, making it look more like a real twig. When it's a caterpillar, it looks like tree bark. Even when it becomes an adult, it still looks like a twig. Even its legs look like thorns. Number 23. Dead leaf mantis. The dead leaf mantis lives in Malaysia. It looks like a big leaf because its body has dark and light brown spots all over it. When enemies come near, it stays very still and looks like a leaf. It can even sneak up on its food without being noticed because it looks like a leaf. People keep them as pets, but it's hard to take care of them. Number 24. Stonefish. Stonefish are hard to see because they look like the ground they sit on, especially near rocky areas in the ocean. Some can even grow algae on their skin to blend in better. They wait for small fish and insects to come close, then they catch them. They're so poisonous that other fish and people don't eat them. Number 25. Great grey owl. The great grey owl is the biggest owl in the world. It lives in places from Quebec to Alaska. It hides well in its environment and uses its colors to sneak up on food. The males are smaller than the females, like in most owl species. Which of these animals' hiding tricks do you think is the best? Let us know in the comments. And remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos from Beyond the Senses. See you in the next one.